Welcome to MPA Feedback Stream 41. I am the guild leader. Today with us today, we have Hub and Radium.
Hello.
Hi.
This is the stream we do every Friday, the MPA community, where members submit their tracks. We listen to them live on stream, and we give feedback. And we encourage members in the chat to also give feedback. It helps us gain new perspectives on our music. If you want to get your track on stream, look for the featured post each week in the Amino community and on our Discord. There's a submission form there. You can submit the track. Come back on Fridays. It's 8 p.m. UTC. It's 4 p.m. Eastern. And check out the stream. All right. Quick hello everyone in the chat. Thanks for showing up and being here. Just some quick other news about the producer battle 10. Round 2 today is the last day to submit your tracks for round 2. The judges are still judging the tracks from round 1, so not all the things are in. How that's going to work, and then they're going to start judging their tracks for round 2. So how this is going to have to work, I've thought a lot about this, keeping me up at night trying to figure out how this is going to work. But so I don't want people to have to wait for the judges to submit their next track, because then the competition is going to take forever. So I really want people to just continue to submit their tracks, which is fine. Let me explain. So as the judges submit their tracks, as the judges rate the tracks, and I get the scores in, I'm gonna start averaging the scores together. And once I get enough scores from like 2 tracks for a producer, everyone's got 2 scores. That's when I'll be able to start knocking people out based on the lowest scores, from producers. But that might take up. So I want people to start after today. You submit your second track. I'll post out the third post tomorrow for the third round. If you're not disqualified by that point, like I said, if the judges haven't got in all their scores and stuff, you're just going to continue to submit your third track. And because this works out because at the end, the people with the highest score win. So I mean, regardless if you submit a track or not, if you're rating low, you're just going to get knocked out eventually. So the idea is to submit your second track by this week, and then you got another week to submit your third track. All right. I'll get that posted and the details up for that tomorrow. And then as I do finally get the scores in from the judges, and I've been thinking a lot about this too, I'm going to have a way for people that are curious to see what they kind of scored. I'm not going to give the exact scores from the exact judges, but I'm going to give a final star rating for the people that are curious. I know a lot of people want that feedback from this competition. I want this to be worth your time. And so waiting week after week, submitting these tracks, I want some kind of feedback. So once I get the scores from all the judges, and we get everyone's figured out who we're going to knock out and all that stuff, I will also post the star scores. Or if I don't post them, I'll have a system where you can just message me and I'll tell you what you got. All right, so look for round 3 post tomorrow with more details on that. And if you haven't submitted your round 2 track, please do by the end of today. And if you're a judge and you're still judging the track, please get those ratings to me ASAP. And all right, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Please like the stream today on the YouTube channel and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And let's get this started. I'll pass it over to Hub.
All right. Yeah, so today is going to be a relatively short stream, I think, because we only got 3 submissions. But that's not too bad, because it is hot today, and my windows have to be closed, and there's fans in the background. I'm not going to turn those off today, but yeah. Okay. So let's get started. Our first submission for today is going to be Look After the Rubble by Absideon. Have fun. All right, so that was Look After the Rubble by Absideon or Absidion. I think it's Absideon. Okay, anyway, Absideon did leave us a note, which goes as follows. This is now the best song I've made. It's a cinematic, orchestral kind of song, and I was inspired by basically every movie ever to make this song, I guess. I experimented with many new things while making this song and tried thinking outside of what I usually do when making music. All right. All right. So, I guess we're going to do the quick round and then open discussion again, like last time. I think it worked pretty well.
Yeah, that worked pretty
Yeah.
good. I like
So,
that.
what did you guys think? What did you think, Guild?
I really like this. I would agree it probably was one of your best. I've liked a lot of stuff you did, but it's kind of hard to compare them all just without really listening to them back. Listen to so much stuff every day. Um, Side tangent. I wonder, like, our brains are incapable of like remembering everything scientists say, even the stuff that you think you forgot. You remember everything, and I just remember like, I mean, I just always wonder what it's like because I listen to new music every day, and I'm just like, I wonder if like my brain is like literally gonna ever overload and start forgetting things or what. But anyways, beside the point. This does sound like some of the best stuff I've heard from you, and I really enjoyed this. I like this kind of stuff. I would, if I was to do something with this in my direction, uh, I would take it into like the industrial side, like Nine Inch Nails or industrial metal stuff, but keep it on the orchestral side of things. I think it's perfect. I think it'd go great in a cinematic trailer or something. I'm sure there's a lot of tricks and techniques you could learn in that field to really compete. Um, but just listening to this here today, I mean, I would say this is really professional. This is really nice. I think it's got a really nice mix. I don't think anything was too sharp or too piercing or out of balance. And again, I think there's techniques in this field that can make it sound even more epic because it's kind of what I mean. It's not always about just being epic, but this one almost had that kind of like intense, like something's about to happen or something you want to check out and not miss kind of feel to it. And I think there are tricks to building that tension. There's certain things that you can add to the track to further go down that direction. But from what I heard, I think it's really good. What did you think, Blake?
Right. So, made a couple of things. First of all, I don't really remember. I remember hearing you on stream, but I don't remember any specific things, so I couldn't comment on, whether it's the best song you made or, anything. Um, I think it's always nice when people try to work with, more orchestral instruments or like, yeah, work with orchestral instruments, uh, and try to sort of, you know, uh, peek into that whole, side of music. Um, it's interesting, and I think it's good that people like to explore that a bit more sometimes. Um, I I I have a bit of always had a bit of an issue with the word cinematic because it is being misused a lot. I think it's being misused in this case. I think the issue is that people don't really know what cinematic uh, means, or I guess the definition itself is a bit unclear sometimes. To me it means one thing. To some others it means something else. To me, cinematic refers to this is film life, where it belongs in a film or in a movie, And the thing is, I'm gonna talk about that later, I think. But uh, just this just this word that I'm sometimes taking issue with, because it's misused pretty much all the time, and I think in this case it is too. But I think it could. This sounds to me like trailer music, trailer for some like action film, like an agent movie thing, like trailer music. It would work for that kind of music, for that kind of use case, for that kind of scenario where it could be used. Um, there's a couple of questions I have. I don't think Absideon is in the stream, is watching this. I don't know if Absideon is in the chat, but it would be a question because I think I heard. I think Absideon added an audience sound to the track. I could hear coughing sometimes and like weird noise. What's that about? I don't.
me.
Did you hear that, Guild?
I don't know. I wonder if that was me coughing.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Okay.
I was listening to this before the
Okay.
stream.
Okay.
I heard there's some like movement going on in the background from the start, and I thought it sort of sounds like an audience. What's that? You know, and then later, and I heard like a cough, like in my right ear. So it's there's definitely something that I don't know what. I don't know why it's there. I'm thinking it's to simulate this, like it's supposed to sound like it's in like a concert or something, and the audience is making noise, which is, not something you want. So I don't know. It's funny. It's kind of confusing. I don't know what that is about. But anyway, it sounds like trailer music if a noisy audience would listen, was listening while it's being recorded. It's kind of funny. Anyway, this is the short, quick thing, so I'm not going to talk more right now and give it over to Radium, and then we go into the open discussion. So yeah, that's your cue, Radium, please. You're muted, by the way. I don't know if you noticed. Okay.
Okay, I forgot I was muted. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna start by saying yes, it really does sound like every single music for movies soundtrack, which in my honest opinion I think it's fine because it's like there's a purpose for that. Like the point of that is let me hype up my movie, TV show, video game with some epic music to get people, excited for it. And then boom, the movie sucks. So I guess it's fine. Other than that,
It's your job to make the movie better than it was.
yes, people just make us happy to go see a movie that it's gonna turn out shit. So it's fine. Other than that, I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. I can say that I liked it. It's straightforward. It's exactly in the theme and the genre. There's not much that makes it stand out from the rest, but I feel like in that context, it's probably not important because that's not the point. Isn't to make the person who's gonna listen or view this to want to discover who made the song. I think the point is to make people go see whatever movie it's hyping up. But if it's important for you to stand out, I'd probably work on making it maybe unique to you as a producer rather than trying to make it fit into the genre. But if this is if this point of this song was to experiment and trying something really new, I think you did the right thing. You did something very amazing. It doesn't sound like it's something that is new to you. To me, if I didn't know, I would have thought that this is the music that you make
Right.
every day.
I was thinking the same thing. I was trying to remember. I was like, wait a minute, what does Absidion make? And then I was like, I don't think, So, yeah, he did a good job of pulling it off.
Yeah.
Right.
So if it's something you want to pursue or add this kind of stuff to your usual music, I'd say go for it. You seem real good at it.
Damn, I did it again. Our next submission is going to be Say Your Prayer by Chika Pryor. Have fun.
Say a prayer. Don't let them know what you've done. Say a savior. Let them know you worship them. I'm falling in the underground. There's no prayer. Let them know what you've done. Say your savior. You won't worship
All right. So that was Say Your Prayer by Chika Prior. So Guild had to leave for a bit. Something happened. No one died. Probably. I don't. Maybe they did. Anyway, so that was Say Your Prayer by Chika Prior. And Chika did leave us a message. And it's a short message? Chika, are you okay? It's 2 sentences. What happened? This isn't normal. It needs to be at least 10 sentences plus the lyrics. So this track from 6 to 7 months ago, Radium wanted me to put it up on Spotify, but I'm trying to find my niche, so I'm not sure. Anyways, enjoy the song. All right. So since Guild isn't here at the moment, I guess I'm starting with my quick feedback and then Radium, and then we go into the discussion, which I promise I won't rant again. Maybe. We need a podcast, so that doesn't happen all the time. All right, so I'm not gonna talk about the things you said about Radium wanting it to be on Spotify, because I think Radium has to say more to that probably. I just want to say, yeah, it's so strange if we don't have the information, because I actually want to know who was singing this. It wasn't you, Chika, I think. Yeah, interesting. It's interesting. I'm so used to getting all this information by Chika. It's actually great if you. Yeah. Anyway, so. Right. I mean, the only thing I can really say about this is, like, honestly, from like a technical point of view, I think so I think the idea for this is really good. Actually, I think we heard it before too. I think we did hear it before. So I don't actually think I need to say much about the idea and how the thing, the music itself, because I think we talked about it. I'm pretty sure we heard it before. So just talk about the production. So I think it's a really good start, but I think it needs some work. I think specifically the mix needs more work. And there's some elements clearly missing within the music itself. So there's a lot of emptiness, especially in the lower end, and then I also feel like there's melodic elements missing from the background music. So there's a bit of harmonic support, but the voice does most of the work, which is good in a way. What I mean, it's good that the voice has a lot to do, and that there's harmonizing going on in that. That's really great. But I think it would need a bit more support from the backing track still. And also, I mean, mix does play a role into that, but I think the core elements may not be enough. So I would expect there to be a more defined melody section within the background music, and support the voice just that little bit more, aside from mixing, because the vocals are a bit the vocals are at a good amplitude, but I think the backing music needs to come out a bit more, just so it all fits together more nicely. But yeah, let's talk about that more later, or maybe we won't. Depends on where this goes with Radium's quick feedback, which I'd be interested to hear the opinions about what Chika asked about it being put on Spotify and now being a bit against that, apparently. So what did you think?
Oh la 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 la. I should have paid more attention. Uh, okay, well, I'm gonna start by responding to the put it up on Spotify. Yes, put it up on Spotify, but not now, not the way it is. To me, it's like a demo. I don't remember what happened 6 months ago. I don't remember what happened yesterday, okay? But I feel like when I said put it up on Spotify, it means start putting your music out. You're trying to find your niche, but in my opinion, okay, how are you gonna find your niche if you don't put music out? Because this is me, but I don't see the point of searching for your musical identity if you don't start by quote unquote acting like a musician and putting out your music. I feel like there's a lot of things in music that we think we have right away or that we can work on sheet and paper and then put it out. But in my opinion, a lot of it comes from trial, error, time, a journey, etc., etc. So you can search for your niche and put music out. It's a learning curve. You don't know who you are until you start working on figuring out who you are. And to me, that involves putting it up on Spotify. So the way it is now, no, don't put it up on Spotify. But in the future, for this song and other songs that you make, yes, put it up on Spotify. So that's my comment. Now, if I needed to feedback the track, yeah, it really sounds like a demo to me. Uh, I have a comment, but it's kind of like going against another comment that I have. I'm perplexed because a part of me is like keep it as simple as it is right now. Like of course work on the instrumental and stuff, but keep it as simple as it is right now. And another part of me is like I don't think the instrumental is enough. Even if the song is meant to be very more focused on the singer, I feel like the instrumental could still be worked on a little more. So for that, it really is gonna depend on what you had planned 6 or 7 months ago to do with this song. Because personally, not sure how I would go about the instrumental. Otherwise, for the singer, she's good. Yeah, I don't have anything to say for the singer, but yeah, that was my feedback comment.
Yeah, yeah, I absolutely agree with the last thing you said about it. You know, keeping it simple. I think that's really important, and I think that's actually pretty good in this case. And the singer is really important, like most important part for this track. But yeah, I totally agree with the instrumental needing a bit more. Yeah, it really does. So so I mean, you sort of talked about it, but I think so about the Spotify thing. Uh, I don't know. Chika seems to be worried about trying to find a niche. Do you, Radium? Do you know? I don't know what, cause you wanted Chika to put it on Spotify. Um, do you think from what you said that that worry is justified? Because I don't really know how. I don't see how putting it on Spotify goes against finding a niche. Do you think the concern is that this is not the niche that Chika is aiming for, or does
Oh
Chika
no.
think the
Um,
Spotify isn't good for finding a niche? I don't know.
I felt usually when I tell Tika to put a song on Spotify, it's more related to her constantly searching for something. Whether
Yes.
it's a niche, it's a genre, it's a am I good enough for this and that? And I feel like for me, in my opinion, for me, I feel like a big step for her to have answers to some of the questions that she's asking herself is to take this leap of faith and put some of the things that she's
Right.
made up on different streaming services. It doesn't have to be Spotify, it can be
Yeah.
like SoundCloud, it can be YouTube. Like
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of soul searching that she's constantly doing that is not productive. I feel like
Yeah.
she's searching for answers to questions I don't want to say that don't matter, but like she's putting an emphasis on the wrong thing at the point she's at. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
That
I don't
makes
mean
sense.
like you don't have to put it up to look for your niche, but I feel like in her case, from what I know and from so many times I've talked to her, is she in the chat right now? She was. Ugh, she's not in the chat right now. Shit. But yeah, I feel
Mm.
like there's so many times where it's not a solution, but it's a step forward. It's like
Yeah.
it's it's like I'm gonna take a driving in a car kind of metaphor. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's kind of related. It's like talking to your friend who's worried, sitting here worried about the car they want to buy. Like, oh, is it gonna be a SUV or a sports car? Is it gonna be blue, black? Um, how am I gonna? Should I move and find like a house with a garage for it? Blah blah blah. And they're sitting here asking all those questions to what kind of car they're gonna buy. Are they gonna buy it? But they don't have a driver's license. It's like, why are you worried about something that yes is important, but you don't have step one done or you don't have step one even started? That's kind of like my point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I mean. You can do both. I mean, you don't need to put your music out to find your niche, but I feel like in her case, she needs to take this leap of faith. She needs to take this first step, which is start putting your music out.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Because all
agree.
this
I
soul
agree.
searching is not gonna provide you with an answer. Like I'm trying to find my niche, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to be like, should I be an artist, should I be this or that? It's like these are all very, very good questions you should ask
Yeah.
yourself as an artist in your career, but you need to do step one first.
Yeah. Yeah, and aside from all the mental work that goes into these tracks, there's also, I believe, a financial aspect to this, because Chika is paying people. Sometimes, I mean, it has happened before, to work on these tracks. Of in this case, a singer. I don't know if they were paid, or what the deal was. But Chika has told us before that she spent money on these tracks, to get people to work on it, for mixing, for producing, for singing. So there's even a money aspect, like a financial aspect to that, where um, it's never wasted in a way, but it's it's just not wasted because you had the chance to work with them and it's a bit of
To
an
me, it is
experiment.
wasted. To me,
But
I see it as a
yeah,
waste.
it's really close to being wasted if you don't put it out, because that's what you made it for, right? I mean, why would you pay for it to disappear? You know, um,
I mean, it is a waste, which is why I always tell her, put it
yeah,
up,
yeah,
put it out. Because
yeah,
what's the point of paying that person hundreds
sure,
of dollars?
yeah. I mean, I'm
What's
not
the point of
saying, yeah,
having all that equipment, expensive equipment? Like
yes,
it's never
yeah.
out.
It's absolutely an aspect to consider when deciding to not release, or to release or to not release a track. I'm not saying that's the aspect, that's the reason, the one reason why you have to put it out. The biggest reason to publish something is because obviously you want to tell this what you're trying to tell. You want to set this out in the world. You want to express yourself, and you're making this for other people to, get inspired by. But it is one aspect to consider, because you are spending a lot of money on these things, and it is wasted if it's getting lost, because the reason why you made it is not just for yourself. It is to publish it, to release it, and to present it to audiences.
Yeah, and I think finding your niche involves finding your audience.
Yes, absolutely. Because finding your niche in a way doesn't mean you find the one group that is into this specific genre, but finding your niche can actually mean to have this one specific group that is not specifically genre oriented. They may be, but this niche, this finding your niche, is literally your niche. It's not the punk niche. It's not the underground whatever niche. It's the Chika niche. It may be within a specific liking of genre that these people want. But finding your niche basically means finding the group of people that wants your music. You're not going to get them if they can't find it ever. If it's never getting promoted to people. So this is a major part. I can totally understand you don't want to start with the wrong thing, and maybe you get people that want this one thing, but you actually maybe want to do something else, and then it doesn't work anymore. But I don't think you need to worry about that, because it is already, there's a clear style within your music, and it's very focused. It's very heavy and very focus heavy on the lyrics. I think that's the one major aspect that your music has is the lyrics and the topics that you touch on. So I think I agree. It's totally time to release. Of course, when you're ready, but yeah, you shouldn't keep pushing it off. Yeah. All right. I guess we should move on.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, Guild doesn't get to express his opinion on this. Ha. All right. Our next and final submission for today. Again, it's going to be a short stream. Relatively speaking, it's longer than it would have been. So I guess my rant was good for something. Our next submission is going to be Forsaken by Andiety. Have fun. All right, so that was Forsaken by Andiety. All right, and Andiety did leave us a message, which goes as follows. This is a work in progress, just looking for some ideas for possible lyrics as per the empty sections. I have the chorus parts practically finished, just ran out of ideas for what to write for the rest. Feedback on the mixing could be used as well. This is also one of 8 total songs in an album I'm working on. Don't know whether I should rap lyrics, new metal style, or go for a different approach. Right. And Guild is, as you can see, still not here. I think Guild would have been able to talk about this a bit more than either of us, I believe, because I, for one, am kind of lost with this. I'm not sure what to say. I think it's an interesting style. I've heard similar things before. Right. I think okay, so I think what you're doing really well is that you have clearly defined the style you want to make or want to have this be in. So you don't do any like style breaking things. So it's very it's surprising at first, but then it's what you'd expect after a while. You get used to it. So I think that's really good. You're not doing anything like weird that's sticking out as obviously not wrong, but surprising in a worse way than a good surprise, if that makes any sense. Um, Definitely though, there's sort of work to be done in terms of mixing, in terms of I mean, you mentioned it. There's these more empty sections that you ran out of ideas for. I don't know if you wanted more lyric. Uh, we'll get to the lyrics in a bit. But if in those sections you want more lyric parts, I could see them without vocals and just having a melody there, but actually have a melody instead of the background music that's like looping and stuff. Um, but yeah, in terms of mixing, it's a bit unbalanced. These I'd also I'd put a lot I put a lot of I would put a lot of focus on where things are set in the stereo image. So there's sort of things like right in the center, and I think you could spread everything out a bit more. And it would kind of go against mixing for mono thing, but you know it's I don't know why it feels sort of mono even though it's not, but I don't know whether that comes from the idea of mixing for mono, but mixing for mono doesn't mean that it has to be all very narrow. I mean, this is just about dealing with phase cancellation and this kind of deal. Why that's recommended a recommended thing to do, but just all these kind of phasing issues. But then you can obviously work on the stereo image. So I'd make this much wider. Though I have not measured it, just from listening to it. Maybe the false suggestion to make. So take this with a grain of salt. I did not analyze it, which I may actually do. I'd consider. Now, I don't know if it's supposed to sound like real guitars, because it definitely doesn't. It sounds like a synthesizer going through like a guitar amp to me. That's what it sounds like to me. It may be like a guitar plugin or something. It's not natural. If it is, what the hell did you do to that? No, but that may be something to consider, because this I think it aims for this sort of more dirty dirty, grungy kind of feel. And I'd consider recording that with actual instruments, um, because that just adds so much more humanity to it. It sounds so mechanical and robotic. That's the issue for me. Is it doesn't really. That's the one thing that sticks out that doesn't fit within this style. You have these very rough vocals, and then you have these static, clean, guitar-like sounds, and that part does not fit. That just does not work for me. That's yeah, it's strange. I'd record this with real guitars. That would be nice. More difficult to do if you don't play the guitar. I don't know if you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you know someone who could do it. But that would be nice. Yeah. All right. So, Radium.
Look, first of all, okay, well, I have so many questions. It doesn't seem like you're in the chat today, so I have no idea if I'm ever gonna get an answer for said questions, because I've got many.
We will never know the answers.
Yeah, we'll never know the answer. Wow. Work in progress. Yay. That cheers me up. Just looking for some ideas for possible lyrics. You got the part. You got the chorus. Idea. Blah, 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 blah. Don't ask me for mixing advice. I suck at this. This is one of 8 total songs in an album I'm working on. I don't know what new metal style is. And for the different approach, well, I'm gonna answer that. I have no idea what you should do with this song. I'm just gonna give my comments one by one and kind of expand on them. First of all, the sound quality of the entire song uh, I don't want to say that word, but it's the only word that works. Hey. Uh, okay, maybe it's just me, but it sounds really like it sounds weird. Okay, I'm gonna say this like that. It's not the best word for it, but I'm gonna say this. The sound quality of the entire song sounds so weird, and it's such a contrast versus the quality of the instruments versus the quality of the vocal recording. And trust me, I know a lot about shitty vocal recordings. So there's such a contrast there. I feel like I would need to know what you're working on when you make your music, because I feel like it's the best way for me to give you pointers from a singer perspective, because it doesn't sound the best. I know it's supposed to be metal, kind of, but I feel like we need to have an idea of the lyrics, even a faint little idea. And right now, we don't have that. I have no idea what you're singing in the chorus. And even the vocal recording quality for the singing doesn't sound the best. So I feel like in that context, it's hard for me to give you feedback that's actually going to be useful, because I don't have many pointers as to what you're working with, where you're working, etc., etc. And now you're telling me that it is a song that is meant for an album of 8 other songs. Are they all gonna sound like that? Are they already produced? I have so many. You see, I have so many questions, and it's hard for me to give proper feedback. Uh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly difficult when people aren't, in the chat to help us understand certain aspects of stuff. I just want to talk about one more thing together with uranium. We sort of talked about it while it was going, but uh, neither of us understood anything of the vocals. We didn't understand it. Like, I don't know what this is about. I don't know what this is about. Didn't understand any of the lyrics at all.
Like, I know it's metal, and I know sometimes the lyrics are not the most discernible, but this
Is it
particular
metal?
track
It's like
took it to.
it's like a weird rock metal blendy thing. I don't know. It's
Well,
weird.
I assume because they asked if they should rap lyrics
Oh
new
right,
metal
new metal
style.
stuff. Maybe this is new metal. I don't know.
I really don't know. See, it's
Yeah,
hard. It's so hard to give you proper feedback because we have no
yeah. But I guess you're right. I
information.
guess you're right about this new metal thing. Um, but still, I mean, in metal, it's not just that. Um, it's they have like clean vocals where you understand stuff. Usually the important parts. Um,
Yeah, to me the chorus is important, so I should be able to understand what's going on in the
yeah,
chorus.
I
But
I'd
that's not the
think
case.
so too. I mean, of course, there's like this screaming stuff and all that. Uh, but actually, I mean, like, if you listen to metal, I mean, some is like that where you like really don't understand anything, but then others you totally do understand. Like even the like rowdy stuff, like even the scream stuff, you understand it. Like sometimes it's like really it works. This doesn't really work in that way. I don't know what this is about, like at
Like if you're
all.
gonna rap on it though, you need to understand
Yeah, like
because
clearly. I mean, like the title it has, like the imagery, like of the cover art, like it's clearly telling. It's clearly trying to tell some sort of story. Um, it's not telling it
no, the
just.
image doesn't tell me anything.
No, it doesn't tell me anything either. That's the issue. But it looks to me like it's trying to tell something. It's like part of a bigger picture that is incomplete because we're missing the context of the lyrics. Like the title and the image itself, it's like part of it, but we're missing the actual like bits in the music to be able to understand. I think. Um, yeah. Huh. Because like that's the thing. If you don't understand it at all, I mean, this may be what the empty part. No, but come on, like come on. Clearly, there's words. Clearly, there's something being said.
The thing is, the empty parts is the missing lyrics. So I'm assuming the
Yeah,
verse, blah blah blah. Even then, as someone who writes lyrics, even then I cannot give you any pointers because I don't know what's going on in the chorus.
yeah.
So it's like,
Like it may literally be unimportant in a way. I'm not.
what?
I'm not in like the metal scene at all. I do like some metal tracks and songs, but I don't think the ones that I enjoy are ever the ones where I literally don't understand what's going on. You know, um, I couldn't. I mean, it's probably part of one of the metal subgenres and stuff where you like literally don't understand it at all. Or maybe I just don't get it. Maybe it's just a sort of like you need to understand the metal accent to understand to understand this. I don't know. This completely biased at this point, but uh yeah. I mean, I'm not saying to like if this is the style that you need and that you want, and if you believe that people who are into this completely would understand it better, or if you say you don't want people to understand. I mean, it may just be that you don't want them to understand. But But I just like just bringing it up, just mentioning it. I would maybe consider that. Just to think about that. Just like think, do you want people to understand this? Because right now, no, they wouldn't. I doubt it. Yeah. All right. I mean, in terms of mixing, I've said a couple of things. Bass is too quiet, like way too quiet. But mix in general, yeah. I wish Guild was here. Guild usually has better ways of expressing these mixing topics for all kinds of music in like an electronic thing perspective.
He's also a lot nicer than the both of us.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Very sorry for that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well done.
All right. I think we're. Or did you want to say something? Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna mention Andiety. I mean, feel free to resubmit the track.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Maybe add
Yeah.
the lyrics in the note comments little section.
Yeah.
To give us a better idea. Maybe answer some of the questions we have, like what are you using?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this, etc. Maybe it's gonna help us.
Yeah.
It's gonna help us help you more.
Yeah, definitely share the progress that you make. Definitely share if you adjust things, change things here and there. Yeah, I mean this goes for everyone. We like to see everyone's journey and processes they go through. Yeah. The streams. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go into the end sort of, but I want to like say one general thing to like everyone who's submitting ever, because I still feel I still feel bad for Absideon for what I said to Absideon, because I went into my typical rant about film music, which like honestly it wasn't against you, it wasn't against your music, it just led me on that path of my. I mean, people who watch the stream know this. I always rant about this. So this literally. I mean, like it was said in the chat, it triggered me literally. So. What I want to say is that even though this can sometimes be harsh, these streams. We never mean to discourage anyone. I can totally understand how sometimes people could feel, disencouraged by it, or not encouraged. I always want to encourage people to, push things further. And sometimes that can end up being a bit harsh. Like in this case, it's always a bit harsh hearing, negative feedback, though we always try to package it in a way that explains, why we're saying these things and how things may be changed. I like to do it in a more abstract way. I don't like to provide a solution, but I like to provide a pointer of, well, have you considered maybe this? Pointing in a direction to look, in a direction to aim for. So yeah, I guess it's just important to know that, this is something all of us deal with, this sort of harsh feedback. I deal with this constantly. The way I'm talking here is really toning it down compared to how I'm trash talking myself, which is the one thing that helps me improve. So it's, I mean, the portion of criticism you get here should be, a minor percentage of the criticism you offer yourself. So I want to encourage people to be self-critical, not hating, not being self-hateful. Don't hate yourself or your work, but be self-critical and analyze what you make and look at ways you want to improve it. I guess that's extremely important. And it's, to me personally, that's the way I'm improving, is being extremely self-critical. And I regularly, trash, like, whole parts of my journey, I don't discard them. I don't throw them away literally, but there's so many projects, so many things that I've released or done for things that I don't like anymore, and I know why I don't like it anymore, and that's the important thing. You need to learn from your mistakes, and in order to learn from your mistakes, you need to acknowledge that you make mistakes, and you need to identify what the mistakes are. And these streams, I think, should do that. They should, when you feel you don't really know what you're missing, maybe this gives you this sort of jump start to go, oh yeah, I guess that is an issue. All right. So yeah, today's stream was extremely short. I mean, relatively short. I mean, 1 hour shorter than usually, which is because we only had 3 submissions, which is great for me because it's really hot in here, and I'm unable to think straight at this point. So yeah, we're going to. Oh, what did I just do? Yeah, it's very hot, and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I just reset the stream anyway. This is a sign that this should end. I'm rambling again. This is why Guild is always doing the end stuff. So yeah, we're gonna promote the feedback stream number 42 more, so that we may get more submissions again, because this time again it was 3 submissions, which includes submissions from last week. So we got 1 submission in this week. That's disappointing. But we didn't
we're
push
down
it.
bad.
Yeah, we didn't promote it though. This always happens when we forget to promote it, and it was probably because of the producer battle. It took up all of the promotional resources we put, and we just forgot about the feedback stream. I just today noticed that I never posted the announcement on Discord, which is embarrassing. But yeah, the submission form for feedback number 42 is out already on Discord at least. So yeah, go and submit to that, and don't forget to submit your second. Don't forget to submit your second submission for the producer battle either, because that is going to be judged today. And if you don't submit, you're out, and you'll die. I don't know. That's probably what Guild would say. Anyway, right, that was the stream. This was chaotic because Guild left, and Guild is better at being nice. All right.
Because we are chaotic people, and
Yeah.
that makes us beautiful.
All right.
Yeah, so
Tune in
on
next
that
week
note,
and stuff.
yes, yeah, tune in next week for MPA feedback stream number 42. On that note, don't forget to comment, like, share, and
40
subscribe to our
40
channel.
42. Yes, subscribe and like.
I said 42.
Oh, I thought you said 30. Okay.
Yes, Lemon, we are a chaotic duo. Look at us. We can't even end the video.
Yes. This is great. I mean, I already ended it by accident. There's literally a single chat message because I reset the stream. Okay. We have to end this now. Bye.
Yes, yes.
Bye.
Bye.